Yes.
Your middle name?
Maddox?
Were you texting open arms here a while back?
Yep. In fact, I brought you a,
Why'd you do that?
Why'd I do that? See that? That white stuff on the bottom?
What about it?
That's botulism. I brought you a pressure cooker here, and
Where'd that come from?
that came from you all.
Well, what I'm asking, was it a sealed jar?
It was tight when I got it. And anytime it goes tight like that, anytime it pops up, it's already contaminated. Now I let that sit for about a week or two because I knew it was contaminated. And if you stir it around or anything else, that'll disappear. But if you handle it real gingerly, it'll show up. This stuff kills people. It's known to kill people.
So we'll stop giving you anything like that.
Well, don't give it to anybody. But I got a pressure cooker for you.
Well, I'm saying, I kept trying to get you stopped.
That information's what you need, man. That's.
So you're not getting nothing else in the jar.
Well, don't give it to anybody in the jar. If you get it in by a jar, it's intentional. It becomes murder one.
We have to downsize the stuff.
Yeah, but you got to pressure cook it.
It's not pressure cooked, nothing when it's already cooked.
As soon as you break that seal, any 5-year-old man knows when you break a seal, it's tight when I get it. You got to have it refrigerated as soon as you open it. If you're going to do that, you might do it in the freezer.
That's what we do. Once we open stuff, put it downsized, we put it in the refrigerator. Whatever anybody does with it when it comes out the store, it ain't nothing we can do.
And I'm telling you, the lid will pop tight when you get it. It's against health regulations. For health regulations, if you break something down like that, you have to recant it and sterilize it. I got a pressure cooker for you.
We do the best we can do to serve 2,000 people.
I understand the pressure. I'm not saying you're not trying, but I'm telling you, it's.
What I'm saying, we don't need one person to tell us how to run this place.
Well, you'll have the health department here telling you how to run the place.
Well.
Or shutting you down. I don't see you shut down. You understand? I like you people.
If you get low enough to call them, call them. That's all I can say.
It's not low enough, man. If you're low enough to serve botulism, that's as low as you can be. That's the low part. You understand? That's the low part.
You don't have to get through here. That's up to you.
Well, you can call the cops.
Call them. I mean, we're a non-profit organization here.
You're a food service organization.
I know what we are.
Every food, and I sent you the laws on it. I sent you the UT documentation. I sent you what lawyers would say about it, and you didn't want to listen to any of it. What's your name?
It don't matter what my name.
Oh, you don't. You asked me my name, but you don't want to say your name?
Yeah, because you kept going on about it.
Well, you're being video recorded right now.
I don't care.
Fine.
I really don't care.
But obviously you don't care.
We're doing the best we can do here at Service County.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
You go on. It don't matter to me.
I'll pick up my food. I'll feed it to the dogs. This is the pressure can.
What, honey?
The other guy's saying he don't care, and he'll serve botulism.
I did not say I didn't care.
I got you on video, man.
I don't give a shit.
But I'm talking to her for a second. Y'all,
I run
health regulations say you have to pressure can anything you recan and distribute. All right, you'll kill people otherwise. I got pictures of botulism and things. I'm not trying to shut you down. I'm trying to save people's lives here.
Why are you the only one complaining about it? These other people hungry. Don't.
I got people telling me there's sick families all at once after coming here. Instructions are in it. I don't know. The guys running things might be typical of running up the food chain line.
Hold on a second. You go ahead and take this pressure cleaner back because we don't need it. And what we give out here is good food.
You don't want pressure canning.
No, we do not.
You're refusing the pressure canning. the jars you put in food as a group.
We're not pressure canning anything.
You're opening sealed containers that are sterile, putting them in unsterile containers.
No, they are not unsterile.
The only way to sterilize them is with a pressure cooker.
We don't need this. You go ahead and take it back. We appreciate the offer, but you take it back.
No, you're not pushing the house apparently, but being dangerous.
Well,
Why are you Heck, I
just came by to make the video.
I don't care what you do.
There it is. They don't care.
Good luck with your invention stuff.
Hey,
I hope it
thanks.
works out. I was looking at your tags. We got the same tags, the bumblebees and the...
All right, nice. I used to be a beekeeper.
Cool.
Hey, look me up Shane Bruce.
Shane Bruce.
I'm making videos of these people because they're serving these little jars. They're not canning them, pressurizing them. I brought them a pressure canner that didn't even want them.
Oh.
And so there's botulism. See these pictures?
I was just going to tell you good luck with your...
I know, but you seem like a nice person. And
Well, I understand.
if you let it sit, it'll grow in the bottom of the jar.
I got what you're saying.
Right. And they're not going to change. So,
Good
I don't know.
luck. Good luck on that.
Hey, you too. as I said, I had contacted them. This is messages from the 10th. That's 11 days ago. And they met me in the parking lot hostilely, as their former recording shows, and they didn't care. They weren't going to do that. No one person will tell them anything. It's typical for Campbell County. This is a crap that people hear every day, and then they want that one person to gang up on. That's their typical MO, Methodus operandus. And it's like they're sick in the head. Like there's a bug called Toxicida gondii, and it affects mice, where mice think they're cats and walk up to cats to be social. The bacteria is controlling them behaviorally to kill themselves. Here, it's like it's a bacteria that affects a person's brain or their brains to be different from our genetic thinking, where people might care about somebody or think about somebody or others. They're infected, and then they all get together in their little infected packs, whatever it is, whether it's spiritual, mental, I think it's bacterial. I think they got bugs in their heads. And it's, hell, it's in the government. It's in the medical examiner. My mom has it, for instance. My brother, she works in the psych ward. She gets around these people in psych wards, and they smear shit on her. Or shit smears. That's actually the tag. So they get diseases. But around here, unwashed hands, people don't even care about hygiene. You got a so-called church ministry, and ministries are half the problem around here, to tell you the truth. Laying on hands, that's anti-religious. For thousands of years, every religion was wash your hands. It's a commandment of the mitzvot. Don't go in unwashed masses and rub on each other. Don't eat pork was another one. But anyways, they're hostile to anything to that. They're hostile to the laws. They're hostile to anybody telling them anything. And they're illiterate sons of bitches, really. And worse. They're zombies. 95% of the county doesn't even have a education. They're functionally, they're not functional. Obviously not functional. Any idiot who's ever been in the kitchen, any kid that's ever walked around with a plate of food is going to see that it's going to mold if you break the seal on it. Botulism is a little different. Botulism is what's called anaerobic. Anaerobic means without oxygen. It thrives without oxygen. So when you take something, break the seal, put it into another container that's not sterilized by canning, and canning is required. And these people refuse to sterilize. They think, oh, their jars are sterilized by some kind of magic bug in their head. No, that's not how it works. To sterilize a jar, you have to put it into a pressure canner for 10 minutes at least. I brought them a pressure canner. I brought them a nice pressure canner. Aluminum and everything else. They refuse. They don't want the pressure canner. So basically, we're talking some very deranged people here. And that's really it. That's basically the state of the union of Campbell County. It's in the politics, it's in the hospitals, it's in the legislation of the mayor's office and executive office and the legislative members of the. They all turn around and try to protect each other's crimes. It's continual conspiracy. Conspiracy is Latin, means one with one voice. And they all sound alike. Well, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? It's amazing that they just don't get shot on sight, really. And zombie control. But we're trying to save some lives here, and at least I am. And they're not, obviously. They don't care. As I say, it's repeatedly heard on the video. Or audio. Sorry about it. I had this neat glasses. I didn't realize they'd only record a minute at a time, or I would have had a whole show worthy of, whatever awards they give to video makers, because it's heinous. All right. I don't know why I'm the one having to bring you all this, just because everybody else in the county is lawless, apparently. It's a nasty, nasty place. Nasty, nasty people. And the nasty, nasty packs have the nastiest, the ones that are co-infected, have choke the bottlenecks of food handouts. I mean, any place could have food handouts. I mean, go to a grocery store. There could be a dozen places. These places are aggressively shutting anybody else down and climbing the food chain of garbage or something. Well, anyways, somebody else should be commenting occasionally. I feel like a soliloquy out here in Zombie County. But check you all out later. Maybe one day get out of this financial black hole and surrounded me and go back to a real place of real people. Hello, Open Arms. I know you're some good people and trying to do a lot of good, but I got to tell you this. This is botulism on the bottom of this canister out here. It was a little bit more webby. You can see how the water's a little bit more white. It's because the botulism washed up into it. Now, I knew this wasn't a properly. You can't put these out. First of all, this violates so many health codes that make your head spin. The liabilities go off the roof. This could kill people. This is probably one of the most lethal types of food poisoning there is. Now, I knew it wasn't sealed because when I first got it, this has already popped up. I haven't even opened this. I haven't touched it. Except to put some fungicide on it because it drips a little and it is that much more dangerous. This has already popped up when I got it, so I knew it wasn't a heat sealed. Okay, there are cottage laws in Tennessee, and you'll be allowed to do it right way, but you got to use a pressure cooker for 10 minutes to do anything approximating this. There are certain things you can't do it with. You didn't tell people to refrigerate it, but it wouldn't have mattered, you understand? Because this was already, see, I can't press this down. This is a rock solid type thing. This is already pressurized when I got it. That meant the fungi or bacteria process had already begun, and just because we couldn't see it, it doesn't mean it wasn't there. So I want you to check out my website. We got Bruce's Brew. I spent the summer at the farmers market learning what they do out there. There are fermentation processes, freeze bags. I want to bring you by a steam pot and put a sign up and ask for more, because you'll need a lot of these to try to recan these. Now, this is appreciative, good effort. A+ for being the economics of it, but you got a huge fell. I feel like it's hurt, probably multiple felonies. But there are we can put stuff in kefir. I am experimenting with pickling green beans right now. We can pickle stuff. We can make sauerkraut, and they should put it in the refrigerator, but it won't go bad. It's not potentially the stuff on the website. This stuff is deadly. This stuff is deadly. Check out my website. All right, bye.